Hello everyone, and welcome back to Wargame Red Dragon. We're back on Hell in a Very Small Place, and this time I'm teaming up with Heinz. We've played together and against each other before, and our opposition is a second lieutenant, Flapjack, as well as Gamer 586478. Bit of a mouthful there. And, well, Heinz is headed up toward golf. He did bring a mechanized deck, and it is going to be, I think, generic blue 4 mech. I've never really seen that before, but did perform decently well, so piqued my curiosity, I guess, say the least. And my responsibilities are Charlie and Foxtrot, so 2v2 on one of, I think, actually the smallest map in the entire game is going to prompt some shenanigans. I have some infantry in helos headed around the side, and well, the main push is coming up this way, just trying to secure and then get a hold in Foxtrot, push people out there. And right about this time, you guys will notice this is not the longest game ever. It is right about now where the other player, Flapjack, was saying in the group chat that he was kind of screwed, and this actually is why I wanted to post this replay. It's a fun game. Most games are fun games, and there is some good combat that goes on, but we are going to take a look as well just at the neutral right now. And we're going to pause here just a second and take a look. Actually, let's take a look at Gamer's perspective. So we do have vision on all of Gamer's stuff, and we also have Flapjack here in the orange. So Flapjack is heading up this T80UM, BMP1s, BMPT, standard push into golf, if not a little bit slower than a motorized one, but that to me would have said, okay, well, he's going over here, his ally's job is Foxtrot and Bravo, single helicopter, a Promets, double stacks of Pavonias, a T-72S sitting in the base, and command helicopter, double capped home zone, another command helo, an Echo, and a random Mi-24D back here. And he was just sitting there going, this is not going to go well. So we played it out, and credit to him for playing it out. So he could have just left, and he didn't. So many thanks to Flapjack for a good sporting game with a somewhat questionable ally. NM135s, and these will actually be familiar. They are, of course, Norwegian, so I have a couple of them myself. Not in the current push, but I do like those transports very much. Commandos Para kind of stuck out in the open, and there's been a lot of attrition here. So Chaparral saving the day, 2 Merkava 2As and double stack of AMX 10 RCs, trying to get vision, but a BMPT is going to ambush those Commandos Para, and there's a lot of heavy tanks moving through these woods, and also heavy mechanized support. BMP1s, that main gun of theirs should not be underestimated. The Grom, it gets laughed at a little bit sometimes, but I mean, when it hits, okay, that's why it gets laughed at. When it hits is a little bit rare, but look at this, nice armored spearhead. Gewehrmen are not going to be able to hold that off. I'm trying to get my own reinforcements over there and maybe collapse down on them from the left, but I mean, they're nice for anti-infantry, but the T80UMs are going to be hard to deal with. Jeez, holy shit. Look at how quickly those Mostrelki are dying, that's just beautiful. Retreated NM135s, nice micro there from my ally, and Gewehrmen backing up as well. Yeah, I don't know. It's back and forth. We could have used some artillery. I think either an artillery or bomber should be online pretty soon. No, I don't see anything. Maybe I was still bringing it out. In the meantime, we do spot a command helo from Gamer with our Fennec, and I was headed over to Alpha. This was, I think, a bit of either a redirect or redirect for the follow-up links. I do also have Jaegery headed through here. I want to prevent any flanking maneuvers and also potentially get some good work of my own done. And look, we saw it get capped. I knew exactly where it was, and yeah, that's not going to last all that long. In the meantime, Fennec moving up, and this was actually really lucky. So 30-point helicopter with an autocannon, twin M621s, spotted something, command helo, okay, sure. And in the meantime, these MiGs are not the right tool for getting rid of that quickly. They're going to just circle and circle and circle and circle before letting off a couple small-ish shots. The Lynx did get killed. Fennec able to kill that command, the command helicopter, but there's something else there, and that actually worked out. I mean, it is a free 100 points, is what it was. There never should have been a command helo that out in the open. This never should have been double capped. Kind of just fed our team a little bit upsetting for that. Just, I knew it wasn't the best of the game. So Beacon 1C, and this guy, I don't know, his accuracy isn't great, but the rate of fire is just truly pretty beautiful. And I'm also trying to pressure finally on this western side of Foxtrot, so let's look at that. Nice artillery landing in. Slower games you can kind of watch some stuff like this, and I like it. First shell didn't actually explode. That's a little weird, because this is our 4th coming in now. And no dice on that command helicopter quite yet. Damn. That's a nice contingent. So double ASFs back there, and we finally are able to smack that command helicopter and take him out. So that's the dead carcass of another 100 points and another decap. So we are taking out a +2. Golf has been secured by an auxiliary Pikud, and if we take a look now, I mean, Heinz is doing really well here. T80 UM's on the defensive, Mi-24D on the defensive. There's not a hell of a lot of punch. I mean, there's an M1A1 Abrams. This is pretty nice. But it's really just keeping up constant pressure and denying Flapjack a chance to recover. So, I mean, hey, Gamer's helping. Mi-24D is his, T72S is his. Yeah, I mean, fair enough. It's not like he's doing absolutely nothing. In fact, I have a lot of wasted points here. I just kind of sat for a while, holding the position, bringing out some support pieces. I think I bring out some fighters here pretty soon, also bombers in the beacon as well, trying to just help my ally here. MiG-29-913S coming in and shot at by AA, but evac bingo, and yep, here's the response from me. So Gripen coming out, getting that kill, and knocking him down. So that's what I'm spending my points on while trying to just keep a nice, stable front. And this was infuriating. It's like, why? You don't have control of this side of this zone, let alone the zone in its entirety, and you got shot down by Chaparral before it could even land. Not the right answer, and yeah, I'm being a little harsh here, but such is life. Radar piece coming in, well, seed plane coming in, knocking out a radar piece, and I'm going up over the top, trying to get some kills, but my Wildcat is killed, and the STRV-103D, not the most capable of tanks, is going to be retreated. I'd hope to use that excellent 15 rounds a minute rate of fire there. Unfortunately, no dice, and just backing him up, make sure I don't lose him. Jaegery, meanwhile, this was, I mean, if I was Gamer, I'd be kind of pissed at this as well, because he's lost 3 command vehicles so far. Jaegery are just parking in these woods and watching these guys, watching another command helicopter come closer, and the Mini-Me and the MP5 open up. 4 points of strength is all it takes. Down he goes, prevented from landing once again. And I didn't realize at the time, Bravo still has basically nothing in it at all, so, well, it's not entirely true. Promet, Grom, recon infantry that isn't unloaded, probably should be. Yeah, so this is sort of where I don't know, it was going to be a hard fight no matter what, but Jalos in a T80 can take out AMX-10s and do, so that was a nice play there. There's been good smoking from the Red 4 team as well, trying to protect those tanks, and it looks like some more artillery coming in. Why is the Pavonia up there? Oh well, there is actually a reason that could be. So you will decrease the dispersion the farther up you go, and some nice reinforcements trying to clear out those woods from Flapjack. But the Gripen's out again, and we are able to pin down and kill that Syria, left in there a little bit too long. There's a response, so PU from Flapjack, very nice. My missiles are already expended, and down he goes. So nice kill there, and yeah, I have 2 Gripens, I'm pretty sure, anyway, in that deck, and I do love them. Just the fighter looks really flipping cool, but they also perform decently well. And now we're just starting to try to use the beacon to support my ally as he's moving out farther into those woods once more. And that actually did pretty well. We got a kill or 2 and forced the BTR back nearly dead. I kind of wish I'd shot the Tunguska, but I figured that frontal point was a more probable staging point for infantry and the next wave that we'd have to fend off. So now, I mean, you never want to be in this position on this map. So despite their best efforts, and I guess, I don't know, bringing in infantry on foot this far back means you're almost certainly about to lose the town, and once the town falls, this whole zone will fall. So Puff coming in, and double stack of Neva SCs. I was too far away, I couldn't get the shot off, and just barely able to get out, so 1 point of strength left. Those were marked immediately by Heinz, and will be getting some fire from the beacon pretty soon, but yeah, I mean, it's not going to do a hell of a lot to tanks, and they are moving forward once more, challenging these Rovates, supported by Jalo, supported by something in the town as well. Jalo taken out by AMX-10, and yeah, I mean, these guys have been pretty nice. Not the most AP on them, but all they need is a nice side shot or something with weak armor like the Jalo, and they'll make their points up pretty quickly. In the meantime, however, Beacon is going to be getting 1 kill already, more shots coming in, the Pavonias are right next to it, and let's see. Stunned, not quite so damaged. You can see what I mean about the dispersion, though. That's pretty widespread. If I was trying to snipe something, I'm not entirely sure that would be... Oh, I mean, I am trying to snipe something. It only kind of works, but kind of was good enough. I haven't mentioned it quite yet, but we did have SAS from Heinz that was moved all the way back and around. So he came out, he came over this waterway over here, all the way back there, dropped them off way ass back here, and they've hoofed it the whole way up and into Alpha, just for that element of surprise, which is so crucial. Fighting Falcon coming in, and those big bombs will be devastating. I was hoping to kill the T-72, or, well, yeah, I wasn't really hoping to kill and stun as much of my allies' infantry as I did, but that tank, not able to move back, does take a nice smack right in the dome piece from an M1A1 Abrams, nearly dead from that, and the Rovite follow-up might be able to get him. 1 strength, Sapri are revealed, and unfortunately that tank does get out for the moment. We do still have eyes on them. Sapri are going to be hard to deal with. These guys, I mean, those RIS launchers, you can see them in use with Spetsnaz as well. It's part of what makes them so deadly against infantry. And it's certainly a good response here when Rovites are threatening to push out. M1A1 Abrams taking the shot and swinging a miss, just barely allowing those tanks to get back into those woods once more. If you take a look, actually, did he? No, those were BMPs. Interesting. So BMPT moving up, T-72B actually killed by the beacon, which was kind of nice, actually. I was really kind of proud of that. Of course, we won't see it in the post-game right now, but MLU also moving out. I was hoping to maybe get the T-80, but when I saw he was that close to the woods, that's just going to be a nice evac, as it did also draw the PU, so we get out before that first missile's on the way, and that's going to prompt Flapjack to surrender. So can't really blame him at this point. We're at a +3 ticking. Jaegeri have done a nice job in Bravo. And yeah, I mean, it just sort of went downhill pretty quick. Not too much left of the game, as Gamer's also going to surrender. But yeah, I don't know. It's one of those, it's tough, right? So I've been that ally before, like with one of the things I posted last week where I just got completely stuffed right off the bat, right? And I've certainly had my fair share of allies who the communication wasn't there, so each individual plan was good, but it was hard to work together, or we worked together fine, but just had a bad opener, and it was really just, I don't know. I've been supported before, I've been the bad ally, I've also had them. I think it was a very nice thing for Flapjack to stick around as long as he did and offer battle, which, you know, he played very well. He and Heinz battled it out, and if Heinz hadn't had support as well from the beacons and just from an undistracted second opponent, I think that would have been a really, really close fight for that zone. So that's all we've got for you guys today. Thank you all for hanging around, and we'll see you again real soon.